School's Computer Club initiative, promoting creativity, innovation and entrepreneurship.
So you are welcome to this class for Brains Premier School online coding class, a continuation of our coding class in the school. So I want you to pay attention. It's going to be an interactive class, and we are going to be gaining a lot. So we continue with our topic on functions. Functions help us to create reusable programs. Reusable programs means that programs that you can expand on, programs from which you can build or integrate into other programs so that you can be able to develop bigger apps that would have more functionalities. So you will learn about calling functions. You will learn about writing or defining your own functions. You will learn about arguments, and you will learn about global and local scope. So just as before, make sure that your Python shell is open, and make sure that you have created your editor after creating the Python shell. Yes, I'm trying to look for this is my home. So let me open it. So when you are opening your Python program, make sure that you open the IDLE shell and the editor. They are opened simultaneously. So you click, you hold down the control key on your keyboard, as well you click on the two interfaces that you want to display. So I want to do a similar one, so you see how to display your screen in case you want to show me if you don't understand anything. So now, can you see my IDLE shell opening like this? Because I press down my control key and I click on the two documents simultaneously. So this is my IDLE and this is my editor. Can you see the two of them? Hello, can you see the two of them? You can speak. Can you see the two of them? Okay. So let's continue with our projection. So like I was saying, we are looking at functions. So a function, like I told you, is a reusable mini program inside of your program. So you will continue using the print inbuilt function or command. So we are going to use it as a function call in most cases. And a function call is the code you type to turn on a function, just like I told you in the class. Now, when somebody's phone number is 09056008925, for example now, and you have another person's number 08013456789, like that, and you keep listing those people's numbers without having their names. If you can remember what I asked in the class, what will happen? You just list people's phone numbers inside your phone without having their names. What will happen? I want to see answers in the chat. You just save people's phone number without saving it with their names. What will happen? I want to see answers in the chat. Okay, I'm seeing one answer. It will be confusing. Yes, from message Shilaka. It will be confusing. Any other comments? Okay. It will be saved as unknown. Yes, and so on, like that. So, but if I now save the person's name as Blessing Chilaka, and the person's number is 09056008925. So what I've simply done is that what it means in calling a function is that you are using Blessing Chilaka to call 09056008925. So that is the good aspect of functions as we look. And if you want to divide a function, you start with the def statements. You start with the def statements, which is DEF. It means you define your function. Now, the second level is what's the name of your function. Then you leave an empty parenthesis, which is going to receive arguments. Then make sure you have your colon. Your colon means you are going to have your block of code following after. So let's see this example. Now we started in the class with this example. We have done code on if else statements. We moved on to while loop, and now we are looking at functions. Function is the nitty-gritty, is the backbone of Python programming. Okay, Chilaka, you raise your hand. Any question? Yeah, Chilaka, you want to ask a question? You can type your question or ask your question. Chilaka, what was the mistake? Please, can you speak? Once again, show you my, let me once again show you my editor and my IDLE. So don't start here. This IDLE shell is going to interpret our results, but make sure that you have it here. You have it here. Hashtag hamburger game. Then you begin your coding. So don't forget. So when you are displaying your screen, I can call you at random to display your screen and communicate what you have done. So let's start our code. Let's start our code. So don't forget that somebody is hungry and he has a choice. This is it. Fred2.py. Can you see my screen? Fred2.py. Fred2. Is Ronia in the class? Is Ronia in the class? Ronia is not in the class. Okay. So don't forget that the scenario is somebody who is hungry and is working, and he has the option to choose between two things. So while he was working, he saw diamond. So we represent our diamond with 4. So we say diamond is equal to 4 and our coin is equal to 2. So as he's working, if he gets to find diamond, which means he cannot buy hamburger. But as he's working, if he's lucky to find coins, 2 coins, which means he will be able to buy the hamburger, and that is going to quench his, is going to satisfy him. So if you are through with this line of code, we can move to the next line. And don't forget that the code that we are introducing you to is for you to be able to build your own code. Think we want you to develop your problem solving and critical thinking skill, so that with the code we have introduced you to, you'll be able to develop your own project too. Don't forget that at the end of the term, we are going to get the best projects from each of the classes. So can we continue? If this is line 1, this is line 2, this is line 3, line 4, line 5, line 6, line 7, line 8, line 9. Now, don't forget that the name, what's the name of our function? In this case, what's the name of our function? What's the name of our function in this case? Okay, let me see the chart. Yes, intro 2 is our function. Oh, somebody is saying I cannot see the Python programming file. Olamide. Okay, I will send it again to you. Olamide, I will send it again to you. Before I move to the next slide, I just want you to take note of this. Our function name is intro 2. So when we are calling intro 2, we will no longer use this DEF again in the next slide. So just take note of it. So in the next slide, which we are starting from here, you see that we are calling this function. The first thing is to name your function. Tenny, hello Tenny. Tenny, please write your surname and your first name. It's a way of marking attendance. Rename yourself. Don't just put your nickname or your AKA. Please write it's going to be attendance. You're going to submit to the school that, yes, this is the student that came online. So Tenny, please, okay. So your name is Nosiru Teniola. You are welcome. So Teniola, what do you want us to do now? You say you are just, when we are using a while loop, the actual answer or your targets will look like the other variable. So run is equal to 2, coins is also equal to 2. So we are using our while loop as a functionality to solve our problem. So we now say while run, that is why the answer is 2. So we input our code. This is our code that we are used to. All of us are used to. We started with amount. So we now say guess is equal to integer input. Then enter 2 or 4. We are using integer because coins cannot be a fraction. Money cannot.
I don't understand. What is the run for?
Yes, what's your name?
David.
David, okay. Yes, we are dealing with while loop. Is that clear, David? You know, in the class we did if else statement and we did while loop. So we are using while loop. You know, you are developing a game for a user, and the game is a guess game. Now, when you have coins is equal to 2 and diamond is equal to 2, now you are the developer. You now want the user to now guess 2 or guess 4. Now you have to now create another variable whose value will be 2, so that you'll be targeting this real answer. That's why we are using run is equal to 2. So you can see that run is. Hello, is it David? One after the other.
Michael. Is Michael?
Okay, let me ask before Michael. David, have I answered your question?
What is? Yes, sir.
Okay. When you say intro 2, you can give your own function any name. Is that clear? Intro 2.
Okay, sir. And my next question is that.
Have I answered the first question? You said, what is intro 2? I've answered. I said you can use any name you like when you are developing your own. Answer the second question.
Yes, sir.
Ask.
Yes, sir. What is loop?
Okay, a loop. Let me show you a diagram. This is a loop. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So a loop is just like a clock. It has 12. So, you know, it will keep going back to 12, going back to 1, going back to, is that clear now? So if
Yes, sir.
if you ask a program to go once, the loop is 1. That is, repeat once. If you ask a code to go twice, the loop is 2. You are repeating twice. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
So we are using while. While loop is a loop that makes us to continue to run the program. As far as we have not gotten the answer, the program continues to run. Do you understand? So when we now eventually get the answer, for example, now if the user type, the man is able to get 2 as coins, then the game will stop. Did you get it? Hello, did you get it? I want your response so I can move forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why you see when you are playing games, there's a functionality that the programmer has built into the game that keeps the game responding to what you want. So as soon as the game responds to what you want, it's going to tell you game over. So games are timed. Games are giving some functionalities like maybe live and things like that. So if you have wasted 2 or 3 lives, the game will end. So that's the game, that's game mechanism for you. So let's continue. So let's continue. So the first thing we do is we check. Don't forget that this is double equal to. It is not the same thing as equal to. It's not equality sign. It means comparison. Here we only use equality sign. It means 4 is assigned to diamond, for example. So the first stage is if you can buy a hamburger with your coins. Then the second stage is if you can buy hamburger with diamond, it will respond you can't eat diamonds. But if you can buy it with if you can get a coins,
Okay.
which means you can do what? You can buy hamburger. So if the user is able to get it from here now, it will go to this point straight and it will say game over. But if the user does not get it, the code will come to this level and it will keep going back to this place. To keep going back to this place. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So if it is this point of the code that works, it will come here. Exactly, and say game over. But if you have not gotten it, it will keep going back. It will keep going back until you get the right thing. So if you are through with your coding, let me know so we can change our slide. We'll be finishing this class 5 minutes to 11 because the primary school student will be coming to the class. And please always update yourself in the Google Classroom as you'll be sending materials and assignments to the Google Classroom. So we now have the hybrid class, both online and offline.
School's Computer Club Initiative, promoting creativity, innovation and entrepreneurship. Schools Computer Club Initiative, promoting creativity, innovation and entrepreneurship.